The evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. But they should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
Charlie did not preach a message of love, faith, and of God's a merciful love, or whatever she just said. That was Charlie Kirk's wife. That was her supposedly eulogizing her husband. That was supposed to be a Christian woman. Did that sound threatening to you? Did it sound like she was threatening some people? And who is this they she's referring to? I mean, we all know it was Tyler something who unalived the husband. Is that who she's threatening violence against, or who on earth is she talking about? I don't understand. Okay, so this woman who just lost her husband stands there and says all of these things that sound frankly threatening, cries, battle cry. Doesn't sound very Christianly to me. And a lot of Christians have been going, oh, he was a very Christian man, and oh, we feel sorry for his wife and all of that. Is that the wife that they're feeling sorry for? I don't know, but to me, she didn't look very sad. It sounded like she's also ready to go to war, exactly like Nick Tenkoni is looking to go to war. But with who? Tyler Robinson's family? Tyler Robinson's family? Is that who this battle cry is for? I don't know. It's all just looking so weird now, like with this whole thing. I don't know. Anyone tell me what you think. I mean, you want to feel sorry for someone that something tragic's just happened to, but then they get up there and they make veiled threats against some random people. Now, we don't know. It's one thing for fanboys like Nick Tenkoni and Tom Robinson and all the MAGA people to screech and cry and make all these claims. But it's another thing for the actual wife to eulogize her husband in such a way.
Now, when you look at the sanction of ideology, you'll find that first, let's talk about the sanctification. Like many critics argued that Eric wasn't just mourning her husband, she was baptizing his politics or cruelty into widow griefs by framing Charlie's legacy as holy, untouchable, and even righteous. She softened the sharp edges of his career. Remember, this was a man who spent years demonizing minority, immigrants, queer people, women, and anyone who didn't align with his worldview. Wrapped in grief, those same messages suddenly feel more justified, more emotional, and also almost sacred. Now, rallying the base. Not a speech was a clear call to arms. Like Erika vowed her husband's mission, his voice, and his movement would live on through her. She had urged viewer to join Turning Point, even saying there is absolutely no excuse not to start chapter if there isn't one near you. To her supporters, that sounded like a battle cry. But to her critics, it looked like a recruitment drive for a group with white supremacist ties. Either way, it is undeniable a grief was used as a fuel to keep the political machine running. Then it's about the division and even the violence. There's a language of division. Erika spoke of well-doers who tried to silence her husband. Some assumed she meant Democrats. Others say she might be pointing at rival fictions within the alt-right itself. And that's where it gets dangerous because rhetoric like that can incite division. And yes, even violence, especially when different extremist groups are already jockeying for influence. Then about the exploiting a tragedy, like another red flag. The speed and the staging. Just days after Charles' death, Eric was on a national TV smiling, not crying, in front of a perfectly curated backdrop, a photo of Trump, and two MAGA hats. Too many didn't. Too many these didn't feel like a rogue grief. It felt like strategy, and that raises a troubling question: was this a genuine mourning, or was tragedy being used for political leverage? Then it's about the religion shielding. Like add to the religion framing, Erica described Charles as being on a work trip with Jesus to make heaven crowded. For example, when she was describing, she was telling the audience about where the daughter asked where her father is, and she said she was on a work trip with Jesus to make heaven crowded. This was a powerful words for a religious audience, but also shield, because when you wrap a controversial legacies in Christian language, it makes criticism harder. It blinds people to the harm and make followers feel they are part of the Russia's mission. Then it's about public reaction and dog whistlers. The reaction, deeply divided. Some praised her as a strong, others called as the moment bizarre, even dangerous. And then there's the talk of dog whistlers, like a strange reference to blueberries, which some analyze linked to Nazi propaganda imagery. So, when intentional or not intentional, the possibility of coded image being used is something we can't argue. So what is the reflection and engagement? So here is the bottom line here. Erika Kirk's speech wasn't just about grief. It was about sanctifying a controversial ideology, mobilizing a political base, and potentially deepening division in America. It shows us how grief can be weaponized, how religion and tragedy can be used to shield harmful rhetoric, and how movements sustain themselves even after their leaders are gone. So, what do you think? Was this genuine mourning or a calculated political performance? Now, I want you to drop your comments in the I want you to drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you find this breakdown insightful, please make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you hit also the bell icon so you don't miss the next deep dive. And yes, my name is Wakakai. See you in another episode as I continue to give you this. Thanks for watching this video here again, and you are welcomed.